but right, that jacket just popped up behind me. You see it? There we go.
Yeah, looking like the Batman or something. You
Nah,
know them.
facts. Yeah, get out of here, man. But anyway, yes, man. This is another rare case of Lemzy or Alex Lamont doing up bareface, and I got another guest. Today is Jafro, and somehow we're in the calf. We're in the calf, bro, with Jafro. Let's go.
It is, yeah. Come
How you
on,
doing, my man?
yeah, I'm good, man. I'm feeling good, man. What are you telling me?
Yes, I feel blessed today, man. I feel blessed. I went gym. Obviously, you and I we talk about gym quite a bit. Literally
Yeah,
in my
quite a lot.
gym attire still. You know what I'm saying? Like not that long
Yeah,
ago. So
I'm literally gonna head there like straight after this. I can't
there you
even
go,
lie.
there you go. And I was in with one of you know, there's just certain people in the gym who sometimes you train with, sometimes you don't. Today I
Yeah,
jumped
yeah.
in for a little bit and I was like, yeah, you're
What
pushing
did you train?
back and arms.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Hard, hard, hard.
yeah, can't neglect.
Arms. So do you throw some tricep in there as well?
Sometimes, yeah. Like today I
Okay.
did. Don't always.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's just bicep and back because obviously they're the pair and
hard.
everything. But
Yeah. Sick.
because I don't always do chest days anymore. Like I used to love doing bench and everything, and then I was like, forget
Yeah, of
it.
course, yeah. Yo,
Uh,
I'm loving bench recently. I can't lie. It's charging
I've
my
come
nuts.
back to it. Literally, I come back to
Yeah.
it. I was like, okay, yeah, I can't actually stop this completely. I still need to
Mhm.
get, yeah, just get on there and do what I need to
Yeah.
do. So even, yeah, in fact, yesterday I was doing bench, but I didn't focus on triceps as well. So while I was doing a bit of biceps today, I said, let's, yeah,
Yeah.
do the inverse as well. So,
What's
so
your
yeah,
PB?
P on bench,
Yeah.
my PB is 120.
Hard,
But
yeah.
yesterday I got up to 100, and that was like a one rep max at 100 as well. So I was like, all right,
Okay.
I need
Yeah.
to, I'm rebuilding. I'm rebuilding again in it. What about you?
I've not, you know what it is? Yeah, what's really funny is so yesterday I felt mad comfortable like for the first time in a long while because I think like I had a bit where so like as you can see on my Instagram page and whatnot that I started up with my gym stuff,
Mm.
like I was repping 100 and it was feeling nice. You know
Mhm.
them ones there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, cool. Like I can finally get the 100 for reps and that. And I was struggling at the 100 and then I got 110. I think I attempted 120, got injured,
Ooh,
not whilst I was doing the 120, but
okay.
like I attempted it, failed it, got injured, stuck at the 110 still. And then now I'm kind of feeling like, yeah, like let me climb up to the
Feeling strong
110 again.
again, in it? Yeah.
Mine's 110, but like I think I've got I like you know when you've got the PB of the next
Yeah.
milestone kind of thing, but it's like you just haven't lifted it yet.
Yeah, 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 yeah. In your
It's
mind,
one
you
of
know
them
that's
ones,
the
isn't
next
it?
level,
Like,
isn't it? Yeah.
yeah,
Not far.
yeah,
Couple more egg
yeah.
whites. That's all it takes, bro.
Yeah, that's it. More liquid egg whites, more steak. That's it. But no, like yesterday was feeling good, man. Like it was just like, and I was just trying to rep it out. Like I wasn't trying to. That's one thing I realized as well with gym. You can just like literally be like training, and you're just shifting weight. You're not actually like breaking down the muscle.
Yeah.
You know, no one's there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like literally, like yesterday, I think I was benching, and I felt nice and comfortable on 100. I was like, yeah, cool. That 120. Get
It's in
me
your
that one.
sight, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
then the 130 as well. I'm feeling the 130 as well. Slyly
Mhm.
in my head, I'm like slyly, like I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no, you'll break that, man. You'll get that.
yeah.
You'll get that. You'll
My
get
my, my actual goal is like 160 eventually one day. 160,
that.
yeah.
How much, if you don't mind me asking this, how much do you
Yeah.
weigh?
I'm literally as of yesterday, I'm 92 kg. I'm the heaviest I've ever been, which is sick.
Okay, and if you do 160, that's nearly twice your weight. That's like 1.75 your weight, bro.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah. Eventually,
That's a
I'll
lot.
probably need to put some more weight on to get there, though. I reckon. Like, I'll probably need
Mm,
like a, because like my goal weight wise is to get to like say 100 kg,
mm,
see what I'm looking like, see whether I
mm.
need to like put maybe an extra 10 kg on, and then go on a cut, and then you know,
Okay. Yeah,
yeah,
fair, bro. I remember, I think around when I was like 22, 21, 22, that was my, because I was about your size then as well, or weight anyway, like
okay,
92.
okay,
And I
yeah,
was like, or 91, I was like, 100, that sounds about right, innit? I never quite
yeah.
got there. I think the heaviest I ever been was like 94, maybe something like that.
Hey, yeah,
And
yeah.
I
That's
just
heavy
remember
though.
because, bro, it's t like for me and some of like I was very active in squash. You can't play
Okay,
squash when you weigh 94 kg.
Bro,
You
not
know,
unless you're like the armored
bro.
titan or something,
Oh
them
my
ones there,
gosh,
fam. Like,
bro.
that's a new level of endurance, bro. Like, when you see them brothers training and they're on the treadmill and then they're doing that
Horrible.
stupidness where they're like throwing like medicine balls and that and they're on the
Yeah,
treadmill.
no, it's
Like,
too
them ones,
much.
unless you're them, man, or David Goggins, I
Yeah,
don't, yeah, it's not possible.
for me, I was neither of them, bro. Neither of them. And all my training was
It's not
the majority
possible.
was upper body as well. So I was top heavy.
Yeah,
So anything to do with
yeah,
agility and movement absolutely threw me. So after one game, I'd either lose 3-0 or 3-1. I got to that stage and it was like I might do you with my technique in the first game, but I'm puffing out. So
yeah,
yeah, from there I
yeah,
was like, nah, this it doesn't even make sense for me and my lifestyle
yeah,
being that
yeah,
big kind of
yeah,
thing. But yeah, man,
yeah.
if you get 100, let me know what it's like in it.
Yeah, for real, for real, for real. Yeah,
But yes, that's a nice little opener. Just us chatting about the gym.
yeah, for real.
But, we're here because the Lost Chapter tour, man, and you are coming through to support me in
Yeah,
Leicester, your home city, your hometown, man.
yes,
So I'm coming
yeah,
to your place more than anything.
yeah,
Alongside Zoka the author, and of course Hype Hyphen as well, who's also from Leicester.
yeah,
So yeah, the title of the tour is The Lost Chapter because that is what the EP is called and everything. And one of the big things for me is just the art of storytelling, and that comes through different narratives, whether it's the song itself, aspects of how songs or projects or whatever comes to light, or even just the stories that motivate us and keep us going in life, innit? So, first question for you is there any key stories that have really motivated you recently or just got you or just pushed you in?
bro. Like, you know what it is, yeah. You know why this is a difficult question? Because the answer is yes, and like obviously, them stories are like biblical, yeah.
Mm,
But like, I don't know which ones to
yeah.
even. Do you get me? Because even recently, like we were reading about like Jehoshaphat in Second Chronicles 20. For anybody watching that just wants a reference to what we was reading. That battle was crazy. How he defeats like man at Moab and that. And then obviously like the story of King David is just
Mm,
sewn into my heart. Samson sewn into
mm.
my heart. I love the story of Samson, love the story of David.
What is it
Um,
about those two stories that like
I don't
resonate
know. I
so
think I'm
much?
just drawn to the Old Testament, G. I can't lie,
Mm,
like the Old Testament is like that's like you get me. Like I love don't get me wrong, I love the New Testament. Like my
yeah.
favorite book is Romans.
Okay, sick.
Um, because of how freeing that was.
Mm,
But yeah, like Old Testament stories have been the ones that have really like, obviously like I don't even want to call it a story, but the
yeah.
story of Jesus, like that's like just mad inspiring in itself.
Mm,
Um, but like I don't even want to call them stories out like
mm.
because it makes them feel like they're Anansi the spider or something like
Yeah,
that, them ones,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's
fair.
not like it's way deeper than that, them
Of
ones
course,
there.
yeah.
But yeah, like the story of I think King David and Samson, just because I think of like I think I've been drawn to strength.
Mm,
Like obviously, like even like just being in the gym and whatnot. I wasn't someone that was strong. Like I never really was strong, like physically.
mm,
So I think like physical strength does fascinate me. Um, and I think like the story of Samson, obviously with like the strength and everything that he had, characters like Samson, Solomon, David, they're they have like, I guess all of them really interestingly enough, I've just had this revelation now.
mm.
All their, I guess, weaknesses came from their lust, in it. Like all of them. Like really,
Yeah.
if you actually look at where they all fell short,
Mm,
it was because of their lust and that. It wasn't because of their strength, wasn't because of their, lack of love for God, wasn't because of their zeal, wasn't because of their whatever. It was genuinely because of like some form of lust or some form of, do you know what I mean? And like that's what fascinates me. The fact that like David can have like such a passionate heart, Samson can have all this strength, Solomon can have all that wisdom,
mm.
but yet he still fall short because like, yeah, like you've not dealt with like maybe some of the lust inside or whatnot. And these were great, great men. Do you
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
great men. So, like it just and I think, yeah, like the the masculinity side of things I think is important for me as well, because obviously I think like I don't know, if I look at the state of the world right now, I think like it's very men versus women, parents
Mm,
versus children,
mm.
elders versus youngers. It just feels very like, like quite divided.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I
Funny,
would like
well,
to
funny you're
like,
saying that. We're doing this on the day of the
yeah.
obviously American elections being announced.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of
yeah, yeah.
people will say that is an election based off of gender principles, not just like Donald
Yeah,
Trump's a
a
man
lot of
and
them.
Kamala Harris is a woman, but like certain legislation or issues that they
Yeah.
talk about are very gender focused as well, and
Right, 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 right. And it's like I just feel like there's a lot of that. There's a lot of like, you know what I'm saying? And I'd like to see masculinity get reclaimed and like men actually go on a new path where we set an example for like the youngest to follow. Because I've had
Mhm.
this theory where because of things like World War II, stuff like that, World War I, etc., etc., you think about how many men we lost in that war,
Mm.
how many fathers, uncles, granddads, etc., etc. And then like you look at that gap, you take all those men out the equation now. It's no wonder that the future generations of men are going to be as they are. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it's like because they don't have teachers, they don't, and it's not to excuse anything
How
or
would
like,
you say they are? Like, when you say that, what do you mean?
so like, for example, yeah, I don't feel like masculinity is like how it should be or maybe where it was. I can't say where it was with too much weight because I wasn't there
They
to
weren't
experience
there.
at
Yeah.
the time. You know them ones there. But
Yeah.
I do feel like men these days could be a bit better with how we are.
Mm.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like in terms of just how we carry ourselves, in terms of general respect, in terms of like behavior,
Mm.
principles, etc., that type of thing. Um, so that's one thing where I feel like where we could improve as men is just like literally like doing some self work and whatnot.
Is there like
Um,
a particular facet or place that you think that we're falling short?
I think like it's not like a specific sort of spot, I would say, but like I do feel like there is like a lack of leaders, like a lack of fathers, a lack of brothers, a lack of
Mm.
uncles, cousins, that kind of family vibe, you know what I'm saying? Where
Right, right,
people just
right.
love men and want to see them do well
Yeah,
and
yeah.
actually want to like, because like I've had it where like women have come up to me and said, "Oh, like we feel safe being around you." Da, 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 da.
Mm.
And I'm like, "Bro, I didn't even deep it like that." Like I've had conversations with some of the ladies at church where they've explained to me, "Oh, you know what? Like it's been actually really nice and healing being around you, being
Mm.
around such other men." Da, 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 because they've been able to say, "Oh, yeah, like." you know, it's been healing being around you and whatnot
Mm.
because they probably experienced hurt in the past and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, raw, like that's actually mad, like nice to hear. But then it's like we don't realize as men like the effect that we can have on a room.
100%, yeah.
Like, just being the only guy there or just being whatever, like there will be certain people that even youngers, they'll look at you and they'll feel safe in your presence just because they're
Yeah, no
just like, oh,
facts.
around an older man.
Mm.
So like how you carry yourself, you don't realize how much of an impact you have on a room sometimes. And I think just by being a man, sometimes you have that kind of, impact, you have that kind of like power, that authority.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think like there's that needs to be like sort of I don't know, like ironed out, I'd like to say. And
Yeah,
so that
because
so
it's
that
like when
like,
you have
yeah.
that social proof and that social authority, it's kind of like, all right, so what are you doing with it? Do you
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
recognize you
exactly.
have that as well a lot of the time?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
recognize
Yeah.
that's something that, stepping into a room and making people feel comfortable or uncomfortable or safe or unsafe, like, do you even know that that's what you're capable of doing kind of thing? I feel like I agree
Exactly.
with you with
Right.
that, of just the awareness factor first and foremost, and then the action behind it of like, okay, once you are aware, now you have to use that in a way that actually is effective for both yourself and anyone else that you're coming into contact with, kind of thing.
Because you can strengthen people. Like instead of like you don't
Exactly.
have to walk into a room and cuss. Like this is one reason why certain humors I don't really like because I feel like, like when some people are making jokes and da 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 da, you
Mm.
don't have to take the mick out of someone to be funny.
Facts. Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, no, of course not.
you know what I'm saying? You can strengthen people, you can empower people, you can laugh and just be on foolishness or jokes or
Yeah.
whatever, and bring someone a smile, bring someone a blessing, and that might cheer them up and whatnot. And like, you don't have to take the mick. You don't have to do that kind of stuff. You don't have to make someone else feel small to feel bigger. Like, you can actually just encourage other people. You know what I mean? It's that I think it's that gym mentality though, isn't it? It's that it's like,
It
you
humbles you,
see
bro.
someone, trust me, and like you see someone on the bench, they're doing whatever, they're going for that last rep, and you're like, nah, let's go and get one more, and you go and
You
spot them.
see that, yeah? And that's
You
literally
get
what's
it?
happening to me today. And I feel like there is this perspective by a lot of people, but maybe when they don't go to gym very often, that if you're
Yeah.
not quote unquote in shape, people will look at you and think, what are you doing there? It's actually the complete opposite, where it's like,
Yeah,
yo,
it's the opposite. It's the opposite.
it's like,
I
yo,
see
one more
someone like
rep,
that.
let's
I'm
go
like, get it
again.
in,
In
bro.
it, let's
Let's
go.
go. Like, yeah,
I did it with
yeah,
someone yesterday who just asked me to spot him on the bench, and I think he
yeah,
was doing his last three reps of whatever weight it was. No, he was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna try and do two or three. So I'm like, we're doing three then, and like
yeah,
it's just that
yeah,
encouragement factor that
yeah,
we
yeah.
all kind of
Exactly,
want and need,
exactly.
where it's like, okay,
Yeah,
without maybe someone else saying it, sometimes you will allow yourself, but no, we in that environment, the idea,
yeah,
and it's healthy anyway, is that you're pushing each other and just helping each
yeah,
other get to that wherever stage you're trying to get to. So yeah,
yeah.
and it's there, and we definitely see it, man, in real life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's like, that impact that you can have on a room. You can just walk in there and just be like, yo, wagwan, and then da da da. And you can tell by like 80% of communication is
Mm,
body language.
yeah,
And you can tell when you're boosting up someone's mood, when you're like boosting them up, when you're just, and that's sick, bro. Like, we're called to
mm.
encourage, I think. Like, we're cool. Like, why are you not trying to, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
catch a
like
vibe
lift
with and
something,
that?
like lift the
You get me?
vibration.
It's
You know
lit,
what I mean?
bro. Like,
Yeah,
I understand, like, life can't always be like that. But
yeah,
more time, let's
yeah.
try and make, let's try and see, you know what I'm
Literally.
saying, bro? Like, it's like, you know what I mean? If we was all just a bit more lit sometimes,
Mm,
yeah, and we was all just a bit more like, yeah, what's good? Obviously, I totally understand. Like I say, some people that's not their vibe.
yeah,
All
of
right, cool,
course.
that's fine. We can still be lit on a quiet one, or we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
still
yeah,
be lit
yeah, yeah.
on a chat, or we can, you get me? It can be a simple head nod, but it's
Yeah,
lit, you know?
literally.
You get me? It's like a little,
Yeah, but
I
you're
see
still involved, you
do
know?
your thing,
You're
yeah,
still
yeah, yeah,
involved.
yeah. Or even if I see someone and they're not trying to acknowledge, they're not trying to communicate, they're just not that way. All
Mm.
right, cool. I still see you though. Come on, do your
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, do
Yeah,
your thing,
I'm
man.
gonna leave you in your zone. Stay there. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like obviously you're trying to focus and you know what I'm saying. Do your thing. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
literally, do
it's
your
lit. It's lit. It's lit.
all
And
good.
that's it. I feel like that's it. That's the vibe that we should have. And I think like by doing that, that's when we as men become strong
Mm,
enough to like be there for the bad times as well.
mm.
Like,
Yeah, that.
them ones there, like the bad times when you because you get like bad people, bad vibes, all that kind of stuff. How do you deal with that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
As a man,
yeah,
how
yeah,
do you
yeah.
deal with that? How do you fight that? How do you combat that? How do you for me, I face it with Christ. I face it with God. I face it
Mm,
with, do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, and I try to do that and I want to try to do that as much as possible.
Mm.
But like I think, yeah, like when you're just trying to keep it lit, trying to keep it, yeah, let's try and keep it cool, let's try and keep it joyous, let's be full of energy, let's be full of life, let's be full of, do you get me?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
I feel like that's the essence of life in itself. Like that's the
100%.
spirit we've got to carry, like
Like,
cheering people
do you
up,
know,
like do you know what
I
I'm
see
saying?
that, yeah. Because obviously I saw you perform the other day, and
Yeah,
I've known your music for a long time anyway. But even when
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
you live at the Originals headline show the other day, I was like, I can really see that in what you do and bring to the stage, where
Right.
it is very masculine, but it's also very like it's inviting as well. It's a thing where it's
Yeah,
like, yo, I'm coming to shell, but I want you lot to be a part of the shelling. If that makes like
right,
you're
right, right,
bringing
right.
people into the
Yeah,
factor of it, and that energy of like we're gonna make this lit. Because even outside of the music that you perform, the conversations you have with the crowd and everyone in the room, where it's just like you might tell a joke. There was
yeah,
some
yeah.
ridiculous things you said. I can't even remember them now. I just remember busting up a couple of times, like you just say like, but it's all part of the package of being present,
Yeah,
is what I feel as well, and it is the spirit as well, just being carried within what you're
yeah,
doing and what you're showcasing. And I think it's well, number one, is one of the reasons why I was very happy to have you on board and just be like, yes, Jafro, we're in
oh,
Leicester. It
come
makes
on.
so much sense. But
Yeah,
number
yeah,
two, why it's sick to see that that's what artists are being encouraged to do as well. Like artists such as
hmm,
yourself, D, whoever else, kind of thing, where shine your light how it is, and don't feel like you need to
facts.
do it in a way that is conducive to other people's ways of doing it. Like bring yourself and your full self to the table. And I think
Mm,
you on the stage really highlights that, man.
yeah.
So even with that, like if I go to performance, the show and all that kind of stuff, what do we have to look forward to from you, Mr. Jafro?
Boy. You know what? I've not even decided on my set list yet, but I am dropping some new music. And
We
I
need
think
some
it might
exclusive then.
actually be
We need
time
some
to
exclusive.
it might, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It might be time for some exclusives because
Mhm.
yeah, I think that so I'm in a transitional phase right now, bro. So I'm going from like, the old me to the new me. And the new
Mhm.
me is a lot more consciously Christ-centered,
Mhm.
God-centered. But obviously I want to tell my story of how I got there.
Mhm.
And so like this is the music that so really it's old music that I'm dropping, but it's
Cool,
just new
cool.
to you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it's like, yeah, like that. So this music right here, you can expect to hear some exclusives, I reckon. Um, but definitely some of the Jafro classics, man. Like we've got a spin Friday, we've got to spin, we might have to get challenged day out of the
Bro,
locker again.
there's no mic.
Because
That one, yeah.
if we're talking
I need that.
storytelling,
I need that.
if we're talking storytelling, then
I
that one might have
need
to come
that.
out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on, come on.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, it's gonna be a Shelly one still.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man, because we did Leicester in 2019 for a tour as well. I don't even know if I said this to you. I think,
Hey,
yeah, so in 2019, me, Hype Hyphen, a few other people as well, we all did
what
another
month did
tour.
you do that?
Say again?
What month did you do it?
It was in May. And one of the learnings of doing it in May, because it was May 2019, was that when
No
we're hitting up
students.
stuff like the university, for instance,
Yeah,
got deadlines, their
empty,
exams
gone.
tomorrow. It's like, yo, this sounds dope, but I can't leave. I'm in the library. It's like, do you know what? I can't even say anything to that. So we did have a few
Yeah.
people, and we had some dope people supporting. Shout out Lloyd Luther,
Mm,
compliments a couple other people that
yeah.
were there
Come on,
the
come
day,
on.
like yeah, people from the city. So it was good that we had that support as well, and them coming on the stage and just killing it. So it was
Yeah.
sick. But now we're here in 2024, 5 years later, 5.5 years later, even November. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that timings are better than like when we did it in May as well. I'm just looking forward to us being able to shell it and get new faces down. Hopefully, even some of those old men as well to come through and just see what we're on again.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, that would be sick, man. Yeah, obviously, like you see with May as well, like them times there, best times to hit the clubs if anyone was trying to.
There you go. No, facts.
I'm not really there now, so I don't really know what it's like. Them ones there, a bit like I don't really touch that stuff now. But
Yeah.
them times there, that
That's
was like
old Jafro, is that
best
what you're
time to
saying?
come through. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, and that's the story. Them ones there. It's like even things like that need to be included, bro. Them times there,
Bro, that's your
listen.
testimony, you know.
You get it, bro. You get it. I
Yeah.
was going for a one rum and coke and there was no queue. I was like, yes. God's like, if he's gonna be grateful for this, then wait till he realizes my glory.
All right.
No, but like for real though, yeah, man, it should be sick. Like obviously, we'll be just shouting about this one on socials and whatnot and trying to get
Yeah.
everyone down. Hopefully the old heads can calm down as well. Well, I say old heads, I don't not to disrespect them in
Yeah,
age
no,
wise.
not even in a
Them was there,
disrespectful way at all. No,
young
I only use
forever,
old as
of
in
course.
the time that they were there before.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, because that 2019, I think everything was booming that year.
Mm.
Booming,
Bro,
booming.
2019 was, I
2019 was
remember,
the
yeah.
year, bro.
I
That
remember
was,
feeling
and
like,
then
bruh,
COVID.
something's
And
happening
then
here.
COVID just,
When it was early 2020, let's say January, I was bare like,
yeah.
yeah, this might be everyone got
Yeah,
2020
it's
vision and
about
all
to
of
go off.
this.
Bro, I felt like I was literally holding about 10 grenades, about to pull the pins on all of them and be like, yeah, and then COVID.
Yeah,
And bro,
that was the
when I come
grenade.
out of COVID, oh,
That was the
geez.
one that just said to everyone, shh, whatever you
Yeah,
have,
yeah, yeah,
man,
yeah. Like humble yourself, quiet, like
chill,
be quiet.
chill. It's not
I was
that.
like, I was thinking to myself, gee, when it all happened, yeah, bro, I must have come out of COVID and shouting people, yeah, let's get back on it then. Let's
Yeah,
go. Music, da, da, da.
yeah,
I'm a plumber now. I'm an electrician now. I'm a da 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 now. I
yeah,
work for this now. I don't even work there.
yeah.
I'm thinking, no.
Yeah, bro. A lot of a lot of man came out of COVID with
Man.
just a different sense of this is what I'm on now, and it music, cool, but yeah, yeah. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
There's a few of us left. I know some people are coming back as well. So that was just yeah, that was a blip, a crazy one that we should never forget as well. I say that to a lot
Yeah,
of people.
yeah, facts,
That
facts, facts,
experience,
facts.
though we're out of
Because
it
that whole
now and
COVID
everything
experience
feels
was,
normal, that was a serious time, a
yeah,
very serious time that we all had to sit
yeah.
down and reflect and do something different. Like, so yeah,
I've got a question for you, yeah. Do you think that you fully recovered from COVID?
Do you know what's funny? I have this stupid phlegmy cough, which I'm pretty sure it's not COVID, but it reminds me of like, yeah, when I got licked
You
down
get that
by
thought on the
COVID.
back of your mind, like,
That's
yeah,
what, like, the word COVID is kind of just, it
yeah,
lingers there
yeah.
and
It's
it's
like,
annoying. But I'd say
yeah,
in terms of like socially, communication wise, all of that
yeah,
stuff, I'd say yes, I have. Because even during COVID, like, I didn't break the rules a lot, like, but I would still like I wasn't going to raves or parties or anything like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
go to someone's house who's not in my bubble and say like small things like that might happen, innit? So I was already like trying to break out of the COVID mentality anyway, kind of thing. I say that
Yeah,
I still got the jab though when I got it. And even getting the jab, that was more so because I still live at home with my family. And then
okay.
they use my grandma as the emotional thing. Was like, yeah, but if you see her, you can't go there and da. So ended up, yeah, they got me. They got me. They got me. They got me. So I
Yeah,
had that done. But aside from that, over time, I think I kind of quickly got over it because I wanted to as well. Like I was very
yeah,
ready to be like, let's be outside. Like let's have events. Let's go to the studio. Let's meet up for dinner. Let's do it where we
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have to
yeah. You see the
use a
importance of it.
QR code and a thing in the middle that separate a divider that separates us and all of this.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
stuff anyway. So I'm good to be back. I'm happy to be back. And yeah, at this stage, I definitely feel like I'm over it. Hence why stuff like a tour is happening, where I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's pick up where we
Hard.
left
Let's
off.
run it. Let's run it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like pick up where we left off and let's go again, kind of thing. So yeah, man, I
Hard,
thought I'm here.
hard. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm even gonna wrap this up in a second. But before I even wrap this up, I just want to ask you, is there anything that you want to leave people with? And it could be anything at all, whether it's a recommendation, just something that you've been watching recently. It could be anything.
yeah. Okay, cool. So what I want to leave people with is November the 15th, new music is coming out.
But
For any man in Leicester that's seeing this, come to the show.
but
Yeah, I want to see you there.
Tuesday the
Um,
20th of November. No,
yes,
Wednesday the 20th of November. Sorry, my bad.
yes, yes. I was about to say you're gonna have to hit them with a date on that one
Yes,
because
I got you. I could tell. Otherwise, you would have said
my
it.
head, I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna bob later. I'm like, when is it? When is it? When
Yeah.
is it? When is it? Yeah. Yes, I want to see man there at the show. Also, yeah, thing that I've been watching recently, Gangs of London. I can't lie,
Second
it's
person who
bad.
said this in 3 days. Okay.
It's cold.
Is
It's
it?
cold.
All
It's
right.
you know what it is? The ridiculousness. I was
Okay.
actually so like I like Top Boy,
Yes.
but I only like it. I don't love it. I think
Cool.
like sometimes I see the acting in it, whereas like in other things I don't see the acting. I see it as just they're just the character,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that to
yeah,
me is
yeah,
a good actor.
yeah.
Whereas in Top Boy, I can see you getting into character by kissing your teeth or saying the word fam or do you know what I mean or
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
food.
The little triggers that you set for
And
yourself.
and I'm like, I've never once heard food get called food. I think it's only now they're calling food. I'm like, when did it? I don't
But
know.
you
I
know
don't
what?
know.
Yeah, I heard the first time I heard food cool food, well, food get cool food was years ago. I was like 16.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them times we're using the word dro. Like, I don't know if you use that.
Said
Do you
Dro.
remember that
That's
word, bro? Them
Dro.
times
I
their
feel like
funky
Dro came
house
and
is
went
still
very
about,
quick
bro.
then.
Fam, funky house is still about them times. You
Yeah,
know them ones there.
we're talking time
Fam,
again now then.
like, you know what I mean? So, so it was one of them where, like, yeah, but like Gangs of London was the first thing that I watched, I think, gang wise, like London wise and whatnot. And I watched it and I was like, bruv, this is cold. Like, I don't feel like the similar sort of feeling. Like,
Mm,
do you know what I mean? And I actually got into it and it's chaotic, bro. It's like,
okay.
where does this go from here? Like, where does this, do you know what I mean? Like, so hold tight the writers on that. Um, and then one other thing I wanted to leave the people with was to just say that you are enough. You are enough. Like God designed this whole universe, whole world, sat back on the seventh day and said, "It is good," rested, and he in his mind he was like, "I need you in it." Like
Mm,
you watching this, I need you in it. So just remember, you are enough, and don't be a perfectionist because God doesn't do perfectionism like that. He made us and we are imperfect. And if we're good enough in his eyes, then it's fine to do whatever you're doing. Don't sit there and have to, oh, maybe the painting needs another brush stroke or da oh, maybe the song needs a change of lyric and da. All right, if you have to do it, then do it.
Mm,
But don't do the perfectionism thing.
mm.
Get your stuff out there. We're all artists. We're all cool to create. We're all cool to
Facts,
be like him. Do your thing. Do your
facts.
thing and get it cracking, man. Get it cracking.
Don't
Get it
waste
cracking.
time.
Don't waste time. You've only got a certain number of heartbeats. Don't waste
Hmm.
time. Get me?
Yeah,
But yeah,
no,
that's what
beautiful.
I think.
Yeah, that's a great way to round this up, man. And I appreciate that message because I hear it as well. And I
Come
appreciate you
on.
sharing that with people. And I
Come on.
definitely appreciate you just being a part of this tour as well, man. So yeah, the Lost Chapter. We're in
Come
Leicester
on.
on Wednesday the 20th. Be there, innit? Just be there.
On, be there. That's it. Be
Be
there.
there. Be
That's
there,
it. Just
man.
turn up. That's it.
Facts.
That's it. We will deliver.
Facts.
Come on.
That's it. We will deliver. All right then. Boom. I'm gonna shut this one down, innit? Love.
Say no